Okay, well, first a shout out to Mike and the folks at Fizz Giz. I said I wanted to make this video because I want to show the Fizz Giz home station and the way I've got it set up here at my house. So I'll just go ahead and use it once first. You can see what happens. I put my favorite lemon concentrated to water liquid in this reused bottle that had pop in it before, as we call it in the Midwest, upper Midwest, Minnesota really, but soda to the rest of you. And I put on the Fizz Giz cap and of course burp it like we always talk about, not make that look too hard. So I squeeze out the extra air, seal it down good. Now here goes the interesting part, so camera person please follow me on this, but this sink has a fun compartment that opens like this and opens down into the area under the sink. And what we have here is the Fizz Giz banana, I always call it, but a specially made one with the home unit attached to it. I'll show you more about that. But so just like you do when you're using the standard CO2 cartridges, the ones that have, according to this one, 16 grams of CO2 in them, which kind of goes quick after a while inside these bananas, this is being fed CO2 through this tube. And I can still do the same thing we usually do, hook up the banana to the bottle and fill it up so it's nice and hard, we usually look for. And then agitate it a little bit, get that CO2 dissolved into the liquid. And one more time, usually twice is good for me. About 2, 3, 4 seconds more, I can go a little harder. And then take that out, and the way my system works, you can just put that back in. Now, I didn't do real well on the cable dress, you would call it, you know, wire dress and electronics. But you put it down back in here, you don't want that bent, and you close it up, and it's out of the way, and I have my carbonated beverage here. I've heard that if you leave these in the fridge, they get more carbonated, or it gets in there better, but I'm never patient enough, so I'm usually always opening these things up. And then I do have a cap over on the other side. I'm not going to reach for that, just like certain Republicans reach for their water, you know, when they're making their rebuttal speeches. But anyhow, excellent. So that is the way we can do it here, and I will give you a little bit more commentary in a minute. Thanks so much. Okay, so here we are again. I want to show you more of how this is done and the home system really. That was the pull-out area where we've got the Fizz Giz banana and its hose connected to it. Now let's look at what exactly is going on behind the scenes to make that happen. Underneath the cabinet, now I could have worked better at this, and you could work out a system with cleats or something to get the hose, but the hose comes down here, and as I attach it to the side so we can put like a dish drainer and stuff down in here still, because underneath here, behind the garbage disposal, is the beast that we bought for a pretty reasonable fee. And Mike makes this up. You get a standard 20 ounce, or you can be larger, 20 ounce paintball CO2 cartridge, and then up on top of it sits the thing that really makes this thing operate, and that is a pressure regulator valve, so that the high pressure that is inside of that CO2 cartridge, or tank, I should call that a tank, is then regulated down and then fed out through this nice small gas hose and up in, and I'll show that part too. So this all can sit out of the way, and you put that in and it's good for, oh, I don't know, 3-4 months depending on your usage for sure. But people put them on, there's a 24 ounce and a 30 ounce tank I saw available at any of the sports stores that handle paintball supplies, and you can get these refilled for, it was about $3.50 for me here locally to refill that thing. Then it lasts that long. Compare that to what you get with cartridges. Yeah. Now let's take it back out of here and see how this was done. See if I can do it in one shot, or else I'll cut it. Here's that. If you bend this, you will get a little bit of air, CO2 I should say, escaping. So I want to make sure that I don't flex that when I put it away, or I wouldn't find much CO2 left when I came back. Well, let's just take a look here at what's going on behind the scenes. You open this up by unscrewing it. well, you know what, I better not do that. But if you open this up when you're unscrewing it, what you would find is a CO2 cartridge like this, but with a nipple attached here at the bottom that has cleats in it, barbs in it, and that blue, excuse me, I'm colorblind I guess, but that green hose connects onto that bottom of that cartridge, and then you put that into the FizzGiz banana as you normally do, and that opens up the valve at the end. This is already opened, of course, on that one that they sell you with the barb. So you get this with the barb, and then the pressure regulator valve with the hose attached to it, and that comprises the entire home unit. And with that, you can sit and do this to your heart's content and not worry about not having any the next time. And all I did was get a second tank just sitting out in the porch, and once I did that, I know that if this thing runs out, I can put the second tank on and have 3.5 months or more to go ahead and get myself some more CO2. That's it. Thanks very much. I think you will enjoy it if you want to upgrade from the picnic version, I call it, of the CO2 to the home unit, and you'll be right up there with the soda streams and way more economical.